just kept on living, stayed in the fold.
Hello, this is John from Gazpacho. You're watching MOROW.com.
Hi, this is Jan from Gazpacho, and you're watching MOROW.com.
He wasn't ready when she said she had to go.
We're currently writing, in the writing process. So we've written a lot of songs and not much lyrics, and just we're now experimenting with melodies and moods. We record layer by layer. By that I mean that we've, especially on Night and TikTok, and now on the new album, we record tons and tons and tons of ideas on top of each other, and lots of different instruments and little details and stuff, which eventually evolves into the album and the sound and the mood of it all.
Concept is still in development, it is. So I'm not going to say, let's say, because the problem in the writing process is that things can change a lot throughout the writing process. There's a basic concept throughout it, and yes, it will be along the lines of a concept album. There's going to be a storyline, similar to Night, similar to TikTok, that there is a, what's it called, a rød tråd in Norwegian, a red line, or a storyline, basically, throughout the whole thing. In short, it's basically a man who realizes one day that everybody around you is a stranger, even your own wife or your friends, that you don't identify, that you're basically strangers with each other. So he has a semi-breakdown through this. And the idea, the visual of this is a lighthouse of some form. So basically a guy who escapes to the lighthouse. So I mean, when we work in very visual aspects of things. And then in this lighthouse he has a breakdown of some form, and then gets to grip with reality, what is things, what kind of lies are we living with, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. So that's the general theme at the moment. I can't really say much more than that. All I can say is that the music is basically written for the album in its demo form. So right now we have about 60 minutes of music, and if I know the production process well enough, then probably a lot of stuff will be cut out through the making, and maybe some things will be added on, and the final result will be different from the demo stages as it is right now. But the fun thing right now is that the actual writing, it took, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, of writing it down. It came very quickly. You get on a let's say a verge of inspiration where it just sort of comes and it comes and it comes and it comes. So the basic outline of things are written. Now it's just lyrics that need to be written to sort of fit in the concept, and also to make things more whole in a way.
It ain't no good to you. You make a song.
We have no idea what the album is about before we start making music. So it's like I said, it evolves into something more tangible, something more concrete that we can work with and say, right, like on TikTok, that time, we knew it was something to do with time. We didn't know it was going to be ticks and talks on the album, but we wanted to do something around time and TikTok. After we fell into this book by Antoine Saint-Exupéry, fell into how the concept of time changes depending on what kind of situation you're in. So that turned into TikTok, and then that concept. We had a rough idea about Night, that we should write something about the state between being asleep and being awake, and like where you slide into some when you don't control your brain anymore, basically. And we know that on this album we would like to see if we could write something about removing yourself from the situation or the life you're normally in. Remove yourself from all that. Remove yourself from all the social ties and from social reality and from work and from demands and expectations and everything.
Forever from the whispered words of night.
It was shot in Lorelei in July last year, and that was a 2-hour set. Very fancy production. I think there were like 10 cameras. And considering we're a band that aren't signed or anything, we just do our own thing, then it was quite a major production. So we're very happy with the result. It's to reach out to new people. It's not in connection with any new album or anything, but what we saw from our last tour, then we could have had more attendance, and it's to basically play the same venues that we played last time, plus some more. What we're seeing now is more and more people coming to the concerts, so it's spreading the message. So I suppose, like in Switzerland 2 days ago, we played for 60 people. Now it was 150 people or whatever, and that's just after 2 concerts. So in theory, next time it's going to be 300 people, and then you just got to go and visit and play as much as you can. So there was no real plan behind it apart from playing gigs, really. Nothing more than that.
The problem comes when you have a wife and a kid, and the other guy has got a wife and a kid, and you have a house mortgage and everything, and you can't just put your work down and say, I want to be a rock star now at the age of almost 40. It's or you could, but you would be committing marital suicide and all of that, and you would keep on losing money, and someone has to pay the bills. Touring from Norway and is down here is expensive. What we've done now is buy a full rig, buy all the gear, all the guitars, the drum kit and everything that we need, and place that in Germany. So we have all our own instruments at home, and we have bought tour instruments and tour microphone and everything to have down here, so we don't have to transport it, because it's been extremely expensive so far to travel with several hundred kilos of gear and pay overweight with the airlines. What that's like.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting there. We hope that we will start to make money by the end of this year. Piracy is a big problem, because the money that an artist would get from CD sales, especially us who we get more money per CD than you would if you had a full record deal. That money goes into touring. But if people copy it from a friend and really like it and stuff and come to the gig, but if the money don't have, if the band doesn't have money to tour, then there will be no gig to come to. And so it's a catch-22. But we're getting there. We hope to be on the plus side this year, and if we're not, then we have to stop touring.
Lars-Erik Asp, you'll be seeing him in detail today, so you'll be quite impressed with our replacement. He is what we call a mad professor, but he's a teacher, actually, a music teacher, and he teaches the same place where our bass player lives, so they know each other from the past, and we believe this is very important with the bass and the drums, that they work together, and that was the basic requirement, and that he was good. He's a very creative man in drumming, very good. You'll see that tonight.
Close your eyes, it's all around.